The next FTBA Scholarship recipient is Trey Carlson. Trey's from Tampa and will be attending the Florida State University. Parents Greg and Stacy Barrett and Bill Carlson. Trey's stepfather works for the FTBA member Grader Grading and Paving. Please welcome Trey Carlson.
Let me just start by saying, wow, this is very different from reciting your speech to yourself in the mirror. Good morning, everyone. I know everyone is still sitting down with their morning coffee, so I'll take this slow and steady. As stated earlier, my name is Trey Carlson. I'll be attending Florida State University next year in order to pursue my degree in entrepreneurship. This morning, I want to start by just telling you all a little story about myself. I want to tell you all about the greatest moment of my life. But first, I got to tell you about the bad parts that led up to it. When I was a little kid, I was not very athletic. I was actually pretty much the opposite of that. I was not good on the field, the pool, or, well, you all get the gist. I just wasn't very athletic, so I really never took any sports very seriously until my freshman year of high school. My freshman year of high school, I tried out for the basketball team, and knowing that I was not the most athletic kid, I did what any normal kid would do, and I looked up on YouTube how to be the best basketball player on the court. And I looked up and I watched those 5-minute videos, and let me just tell you, after those 5-minute videos, I was not the most athletic on the court. Although I did have, I was very confident and committed to those videos, I will say that it did not go very well in tryouts, and I was cut from the team. But I was still committed to going in and pursuing other sports, and so, as any normal kid would do, I joined the wrestling team. And I went in, and let's just say if you know anybody that's planning on joining the wrestling team, make sure they know what attire is appropriate, because I'll just say a Hulk Hogan shirt and a red headband was not solely appreciated. After that, I realized that wrestling wasn't my thing, and realizing that it was nothing like the WWE really just kind of set that in me. But I took the next summer off, and I pursued my dream to become a basketball player again, and I trained all summer. I worked out, and instead of watching 5-minute videos, I pulled up the 10-minute videos. Because if the 5-minute ones helped me at all, at least I would know these ones would help me twice as much. I then went on to my sophomore year and tried out for basketball, and I ended up actually getting cut again. So, but on my way out of the court that year, I actually ran into somebody, the cross-country coach in my high school, and he walked up to me, and he kind of gave me the spiel on everything that was going on and the program that they had, and it really just spoke to me, and so I ended up joining the cross-country team, which leads to the greatest moment of my life. After training with them for several weeks and several months, I got to my first race. I honestly had never really succeeded in any sports. Most of it was just kind of I either rode the bench or I got in for a couple minutes a game. So this was my moment to really shine, and I lined up on the line in my first race. It was a mile, and I wasn't expected to do well. I wasn't expected to even place in the top 10. And as we started to race, I went into the 2 laps to go, and I'm in 6th place with the leaders just steps ahead of me. And I look over to my coach, and my coach is a very aggressive guy, and he screams at me, "You got to go." And of course, that spoke to me because I feared him a lot. So I immediately took off, and I was able to get myself to the front of the pack and actually push for a 50-meter lead by the end of the race, and I was able to actually win the race. And that moment just was completely different for me because my family was more shocked than I was because I was actually the kid that was doing well in sports. So, but I will agree to myself, and my little brothers will agree that the party really didn't start until about 10:30 p.m. coming home from the race when McDonald's was in the mix. But that moment was just something that I figured I would share with you all because it really speaks to what this scholarship means to me. And I just want to thank the FTBA Foundation, FTBA Scholarship Foundation, because it really just shows that the FTBA is just like that coach that walked up to me in the hallway. It gives you that opportunity to go forth and pursue your education and pursue what you want to do in the future without having to have that stress of worrying about every single moment, who's paying for what, who's getting what, and going and being able to really put your whole focus into education and pursuing your career further. And so with that, I want to say thank you to the FTBA. And thank you to my family, and thank you to everybody else who's here today. This is a very big honor, and thank you very much.